Try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use it, can't treat you.
Coach, this is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Green Bay Packers. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On second down, it's Henderson. And for a second straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
You got nothing. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 3.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. This complete to Jones. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 76 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Touchdown, defense.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9. Jackson, he's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
A gain of 6 there on first.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Rodgers. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. And again, it's Rodgers. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So, flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
319. Right there, 56. 319. Pretty quiet. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Back north. Zoom. Mike 56. Mike. Move. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
To throw is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this one is right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Joe Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Well, sometimes a tough game to figure out. One play he looks so good, and then the next play so bad, going backwards.
Yeah, in a span of 2 plays, you go from hero to GOAT, right, to use one of the cliches. But I think what often happens is you have a big run, and sometimes you try and do too much with your next one.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson got an open man. It's Ratley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now it's Jackson. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Now the second-year kicker, Michael Badgley. He hit from 59 as a rookie. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 15 now. Rodgers. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Jackson. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run with Mixon. Try to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson got a man open. It's Ross. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ready up. 51's the mic. Check that out. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. You. 51 Mike. Mike 51.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a 1st.
First down.
Ready? Right. 98's the mic. Go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. Whoa. Anyway. Let's go.
Now Jackson on 1st down. He finds his running back, Mixon. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Play action. Now Jackson. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They come out here in the eye. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
A line of scrimmage once again, the 5, as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Stephen Weatherly able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. Badgley able to knock this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. 630.
54, Mike, 54.
Hey, Alpha.
Watch 54, watch 54. I got you, boy. I got you.
Rodgers now on 3rd down. And he connects with Ertz. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Get the under. Go to 50.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now it's Henderson. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
That's what I do.
Watch the safety creep. Bang, 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 bang.
630.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
26.
There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. A nice move gets him a few extra. Down just shy of his 20. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And Jeffrey's got it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
To throw again, Jackson. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Jackson to throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Von Miller in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, and he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Jackson from the shotgun. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ross. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54.
Throwing again. Rodgers. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Rodgers to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Rodgers now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at them with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
And a yard at the 50-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. From the midfield stripe, they look to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mixon with a first down carry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Von Miller in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Here's Sam Martin now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. This is Henderson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, In addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And an alley to run. The 40, the 30, 10. Touchdown, Packers. Darrell Henderson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. To throw on 3rd down. Jackson. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. It's a Panthers 1st down, 17 yards on the play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing is Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. J.J. Watt in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun to give to Mixon. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 13 yards, 1st down Packers. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 47.
And that play losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Check, watch 54.
Get 300. Get 300.
Check tight. Check tight. Mike 54. Mike 54. Check.
Hey, 88.
Watch out. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Ertz has it left side. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Hey, Haywood.
On 2nd and 9. Rodgers. That's taken in by Henderson. It's a gain of 5. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Pick me up. Here we go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
At the 34-yard line.
I'm coming after you.
Again, it's Mixon. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
First down, Panthers.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Check.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. This is Mixon on the draw. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. Now, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They run for it with Mixon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the heart of ball players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Jackson, they'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Ready. Mike 51. Let's go, D.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Play action. Now Jackson. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
To throw is Jackson. To throw on 3rd down. Got a man open. It's Ross. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They'll try and run with Mixon. Powerful running. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd down, it's Henderson. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 46. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. They'll go back to Henderson on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. On 2nd down now, it's Henderson. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run with Henderson, and he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. They've gone to the 4th quarter now in Dallas, and the Cowboys have taken the lead there late. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Jackson to throw. He finds his running back, Nixon. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 4th down. They'll run with Nixon, going absolutely nowhere. They'll wind up losing a yard or 2. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers are going to win this football game.
50 minutes, 319, 56. Come off the ball, slam.
On 1st down, Henderson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8. Here's Henderson. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Henderson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Green Bay, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.